Yeah, and that's how harsh football can be. You know, when you're not at it, when you don't do the fundamentals right, when you don't work hard enough, when your intensity is low. The intensity today was very low.
Well, you heard from Frank there, passive in that first half.
Yeah, but we said that as well. You know, leaving crosses going into the box easily, not putting your body on line. You know, when you do those kind of things, the gaps are going to be big, and the Premier League is unforgivable. It's unforgivable. You need to be at it every time, and there is a lot of new players, but certain things, you know, you need to see back all the time, and that is hard work, and rolling up your sleeves and getting close to people and being competitive. And we didn't see that in the first half today.
Frank would say himself, Cesc, that he was brought in to give everybody a lift. He's a Chelsea hero. He'd been there as a manager before. He knows his way around the football club. Would you reflect that this experiment just hasn't worked?
Well, it's difficult to say. Sometimes I feel for him, and in a way, I completely understand where he's coming from and what we've been saying here. It's just sometimes about the players. I mean, you have to look in the mirror yourself and ask questions, because nowadays, for what I see in this new generation, not so much like 10, 15 years ago, it didn't used to happen, but nowadays the excuse, and the excuse is to look at the manager. The manager doesn't play. It's 11 players who need to show up tonight. We train during the week to show up here and to show hard and to show ambition to win a football game, especially when you're playing for Chelsea, the same way that Arsenal did tonight. They didn't do that, and sometimes we need to look at the players more on what they perform than not just this excuse for the new generation I'm talking about, which is the easiest one, to look at the manager all the time.
And I think what is being built around Chelsea this year give players an excuses. It's true that they're going through a really difficult period about what's going on at the football club, bringing players all around the places and not having time to build this kind of connection. But at the end, it's the players on the field commitment. You know, they have to take responsibility. And I think the players today, especially in the first half, they let themselves down.
Well, maybe Frank was brought in to give the owners time to find a replacement. And it's not just the form that's deteriorated under him. It started under Graham Potter, who was given this long-term contract. Bruno had a very brief go at it as well, and he got a draw against Liverpool, and then it's 6 consecutive defeats for Frank Lampard. We understand that Mauricio Pochettino has had conversations and is at the front of the list right now, but nothing's happened. There are still games left this season. There's still time to have some impact on the club. You would think moving forward, how difficult is this job for whoever takes it on?
It is a difficult job, of course, because it's not just about how do you want to play the game, it's about how do you manage those 35 players that you have to manage every day.
Well, for context, Patrick, how many would you want to work with in a Premier League squad?
I think if you have 26 players to work with, I think that is enough.
So there's 9 too many, you'd say?
There's 9 too many. So how do you manage those 9 players? If they have a long contract and they're feeling good in London, how do you make them leave the football club? So this is not an easy job, but this is a good job because there's talent. And we are talking about Chelsea Football Club. So this is one of the biggest clubs in the country. So it is an excitement for any manager, and Pochettino has been really, really good. And his name has been mentioned, but hopefully they will find the manager to put things right, to allow these football clubs to play high on the table again.
But let's not forget something. 6 years ago, we had a really bad season with Chelsea. We finished 10th, if I remember correctly. Jose Mourinho left, Hiddink came, he started to play younger players, Loftus-Cheek, Christensen, Tammy Abraham, you know, to give them experience for the next year. And I remember in April, they signed Conte, who came to the training ground, spoke to us individually, planned what we wanted to do with us to start fresh a new season, and we won the Premier League. Against Guardiola, against Klopp, against Mourinho at Manchester United. I mean, it's not impossible. It's just, I know you will tell me there's a lot of new players, it's a difficult, but this happened 6 years ago, and I was there, I lived it. If you bring someone in with the experience, with the character, who can put everyone together, who can give clear ideas of what he wants to do and work hard and bring everyone on board, it's doable.
Do you think that time frame is important though, Cesc, as well? You said April was when Conte came in and spoke to you individually.
Yeah.
We're now into May. They'll report back for pre-season when, Patrick, help me out here, start of July, probably,
Yeah,
the next
start
season?
of July, but
So you'd want to get started straight away, wouldn't you?
you will want to start straight away. You will want to speak to the players to really look at who do you want to keep. You need to speak with the board. You need to explain to them the negotiation about which player I want to keep and to explain your vision. That takes time. So they need to sign the manager as soon as possible.
But we've been here before with Chelsea, as Cesc says. We saw that little shot from Frank Lampard at the end. Trophies he was talking about to the Chelsea fans, because they have been there and they have got the trophies on the board. Here's the tale of the tape since Patrick Vieira was lifting the trophy for Arsenal in 2003-4. Chelsea won